Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those who don't know, it's your boy Vic Snake Hope, and I come back with another Rikers Island story. So when I told y'all my story about the box, I didn't really give y'all a description about what the box looked like. So I'm gonna do that today in this video. So the box is like a regular cell, kind of like your regular cell, but some buildings are different. So I moved to a different building called OBCC. I was in the Beacon. This is like when I was an adult. So the Beacon also had a box, but the box looked a little different. But in the box, the only addition, they give you like a little. In the Beacon, the box has like a little table, so you can put stuff on your table. In OBCC too, I believe they had like a little table in the cell. So the cell had like a. Did it have a water fountain? I feel like it did. No, it had a sink. I'm bugging. I'm talking about water fountain. So yeah, I'm tripping. So it's the same thing as a place to sleep, like a little bed made out of plastic where I was at. It's a toilet and then there's a sink. But it was a little bigger than my other cell, than my regular cell. It was a little bigger. The box usually, they give you your days when you go there. They tell you like how many days you gotta wait in intake. I had to wait in intake for so long. Like and basically everybody is separated. You're supposed to be segregated. When they take you to the box, some of the things that people do in the box, like I used to play chess in the box. So I didn't even know about how to play chess in the box. So some of the things is like you would draw like you draw like the 64 squares, and then you'll put like that 1 through 8, and then you'll put from A to J, I believe so. So anyway, you just do from A to J and then 1 through 8, and then you draw the boxes, and then you make the little pieces. And then we used to play through the vent. So there's like a little vent, and when you talk to the vent, you could talk to your neighbor in the box and in the other cell next to you. So this is how we used to play chess. You become real creative when you're in jail and you're in prison. So we drew like the little chessboard. He had your neighbor has his own chessboard. You have your own chessboard, and then you just shout through the vent what move you're making. So you might say A4. So they're watching on their chessboard and you're watching on your chessboard, and this is how we used to play chess, which was really creative. I'm not gonna front. Like jail, you see the most creative stuff. You see people make barbecue sauce out of like grape jelly and like mustard, or grape jelly and ketchup, I believe. So people used to do like a whole bunch of other stuff. Like I might do a little dishes special for y'all. But yeah, like people get real creative in jail and prison. So chess was one of the things we used to do. People work out, do the regular stuff. Another thing is when you get to the box, you usually can't clean your cell. It's because you're cuffed. You're like cuffed to the back. You're cuffed all the time. So you're always cuffed, and you can't really they don't let your hands free unless like they take you to the shower and stuff like that. But you're always cuffed most of the time. So when you get to your cell, if your cell's not clean, if the cleaner, whoever's job that is to clean the cell, if he didn't clean the cell, you're gonna be asked out because it's just gonna be a dirty cell. And sometimes people be violating the cells before they leave. They just be so mad, so upset that they're in the box. Sometimes people be violating the cell. Sometimes they'll pee in the walls. Sometimes like when I went to when they moved me from the intake cell to another cell, like it was crazy in there. Like I don't know what this person was doing in there. And then you could tell they didn't really clean it. But then like they're not gonna wait. They the type, they're not gonna sit there and wait for somebody to clean your cell before they put you in there. They don't care. They're gonna be like, oh, we're gonna call them, and then when they come. So it was just crazy. So anyway, so you in the cell most of the time. They got the yard 1 hour a day. You go to the yard. The yard is also like a cage. It's like a box. It's like literally a cage. You ever seen them cages where they put people and then they let them go down into the sea? It was like a cage like that. Like you literally, it's like a dog cage. Like they let you go into this cage. So first of all, like I said, they cuff you. So the front of your cell has like a little slot thing where they feed you. So they open this, they pull it out, they put your food in there, and then they close it. So you usually can't open from your side until they close it sometimes. Because sometimes people be grabbing the guard's hands, or they be doing all type of like foul stuff. So sometimes they be a little more cautious and stuff like that. So they put your food in there, they'll close it, and then they'll let you get it, and then you could get your tray and stuff like that. When you go to the shower, you gotta get cuffed again. So you gotta turn around and stick your hands through the little slot so they could cuff you, and then you gotta figure out where you gonna put your towel and stuff. So you cuffed, and then sometimes they gotta pass you your towel. It's just mad crazy. Like it's a crazy situation to be in. Like you already in confinement, and then like you gotta do all this extra stuff. So every time you go to the shower, you gotta get cuffed, and then you gotta figure out where you gonna put your towel. So you usually gotta wrap up your underwear and your t-shirts and your towel. Cause mind you, you got a jumper on. They give you like a jumper to keep on all the time. Or they give you a two-piece set of orange clothing. So yeah, so they cuff you every time you gotta go in the shower. So then they take you to the shower, they uncuff you. So they gotta you gotta stick. The shower has a slot too, and it has a cage. The shower is a cage too. This is just crazy. Everything is a cage. Do you know the mental trauma that they are causing you? Like you literally, everything is a cage. When you go to the visit, is a cage. Like you with your mom or your girl or your boys, y'all in the cage. Like y'all sitting in the cage with each other. When you go to rec is the recreation. When you go to the yard, you in a cage. So everybody's in the cage. You just sitting there looking at people. People's in a cage. So when you go to the shower, it's a cage. Everything is a cage. So it's crazy. So this is basically what you gotta go through when you're in the box. So imagine sometimes people won't even shower because it's like, yo, like every time I gotta go get in the shower, I gotta be cuffed. Now, if y'all seen the video with Khalif Browder, like one of the situations when the police beat him up, he was in the box, and he had the orange jumper on, and he's cuffed because this is usually what they do. And you in the video, you can even see how they abusing him, how they like, because you cuff, you can't really do nothing. You cuff most of the time when you're in the box, damn near all the time. So, and then they gotta walk you. These officers gotta take you to the shower. So sometimes if the officer don't like you or he got a problem with you, like he could, like y'all see in that video, they mouthing off, they saying something to each other, and then like he just started abusing them. Like he can't even defend himself. He slammed them on the ground. So it's like, it's a crazy feeling. It's a crazy feeling when you cuff most of the time just to do anything. So sometimes people don't even want to get up and get in the shower because they don't want to go through that. Sometimes people don't want to go to the yard, even though they in their cell for a long period of time. They don't want to go to the yard. They don't want to. Sometimes people just don't want to be reminded. Like that thing is like a constant reminder. And the funny thing is, well, not funny, but the crazy thing is that when you come out the box and you go back into population, you almost feel like it almost feels like you just got released from prison. Like it's weird. I know it's weird and it sounds crazy, but when they isolate you from society, the jail society, when they remove you from general population and put you in the box and just keep transporting you in these cages, even when you go to court in a cage. So it's like, I mean, everybody be in a cage typically, but you're in the box, you're separated like in a cage by yourself kind of. So everything is cage. It just becomes cage at that point. And then it's like, and then they release you. You ever seen, when you let a dog out, when you open up the cage and the dog just be so happy, right? Like that's literally how people feel. And it's like, it almost creates this sense of normalcy. Like you come out the box and then you be like, oh snap, what up? Like it's almost like you just got, like it's like you got released from jail and then you go home and then you like, hey, oh, what up? You saying what up to everybody. It's the same thing when you come out the box. And it's like, it creates this sense of normalcy. It creates this sense of like, you get used to that stuff. You kind of like be like, oh, this is regular. You know what I'm saying? Go to the box, come out, So yeah, it's crazy. And it's something that at the same time is happening psychologically. And a lot of us don't realize when we in there. I used to have a neighbor, he just couldn't shut up and live with himself. And that was so annoying because half the time I ain't really want to talk to nobody. Like I ain't have no problems reading my books, staying to myself, and that's it. But some people cannot do that. They cannot live with themselves. I don't know if it's the demons they got. I don't know what it is, but a lot of people we be going crazy in the box. They be kicking their cell doors. They be causing havoc. They be wanting attention. They be flooding their toilets. Like they put stuff in the toilet, flood the cell. They set the sprinkler off. Like a lot of people be doing a lot of stuff in the box. In some boxes, they even have like the mental health boxes where if they feel like, some people be acting up in jail, or some people be, they might deteriorate, their mental state deteriorates sometimes. So sometimes they need to be placed in a cell that is just two big windows. So your door is two big windows, and somebody usually sits outside of your cell and watches you. So because you might be like a suicide threat, like you might have made a statement that you was gonna kill yourself, or you might be constantly one of those people that try to harm themselves. So depending on your situation, they'll put you in one of those cells where they'll just watch you. So all night you don't really get no privacy. You don't really you don't get nothing, because your whole cell is a big window. We used to call it the fish tank, because it literally is a fish tank. You know how you could just see the fishes in the fish tank? This is literally how the cell is. It's just two big windows. So, they always watching these people. So the box is a very crazy psychological, mind blowing place, for the lack of words, right? I remember I read Revolutionary Suicide by Huey P. Newton, and he mentioned his time in the box, and he was saying when he noticed the type of punishment that they were handing out to people, he said it helped. He said the punishment that they was handing out helped him understand his captors even more. Like sometimes you gotta think about like the way that people punish you, and the things that people do to you. It just makes you wonder, like, yo, what type of sick person are you? Like for like when you think about how they built that, when you think about, when you think about the planning of, like, yeah, we're gonna create the box, we're gonna create the shoe, yeah, we just gonna have mad cages, we just gonna, like, the ideals of warehousing people in these jails, like, and just transporting them, in cages, right, like little dogs and cats. And I know some people don't feel no remorse. Some people say some people deserve to be in jail. I'm just thinking about the ideals behind the punishment. Like, even when they was doing the death penalty, some of the states are still doing, right? Like, even the idea of killing somebody by the electric chair, like, I just think that shit is mind boggling. Like, you really came up with an idea of, like, yeah, this is how we're gonna execute people. We're gonna give them the electric chair, or we're gonna, like, all these different things. However, they used to be killing people. I just think, like, it was mind boggling. Like, it says a lot about the people who came up with those things. But this is basically the box. The box is a place where it's like some people go crazy in it. Some people like the solitude. Some people, it makes them a better person. I feel like it made me a better person. Not saying that the box is a good place, but I feel like it also deteriorates your mental health more so than it actually does good. I would say that. But I will also be making a video on, like, the mental health, like the wears and tears of, like, the jails, the going to court, the coming back, the strip searches, all that things tolls in your mental stability. So I will be making a video about that. So make sure y'all look out for it. I know some of y'all might not really care about it. Some of y'all might still be in denial that we need mental health assistance, whether it's therapy, counseling, whatever it might be. But we need it, and some of us might be in denial. But y'all stay tuned, like, share, comment, subscribe, and let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and give me some video suggestions or stories y'all might want to know. All right, peace. Have a good one.